Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is TripleFinish. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is TripleFinish, and today, as you can see, I'm here with a guest narration for sample sounds, and actually fucked up on the intro, so I had to do it again, like I'm doing right now. Breathe. Okay. And now, after inhaling, here comes team preview. As you can see, this team Sample Sounds is using is their team I used for my Showdown Live with Icicle Plate Cloister. It went undefeated 10-0, but yeah, it was mostly facing low ladder teams, so it wasn't really that good. Never had a chance to use it in high ladder because I was afraid it would suck too much, and it most likely does. But here Sample Sounds is facing Stall with Clefable, Hippowdon, Mew, Chansey, Aggron, and Togekiss. So, looking at my opponent's team, I will go into Sample Sounds team. Well, not my opponent's team, but Sample's opponent's team. I will go into Sample Sounds team in a minute because I built it myself with Showdown Live, so I know it off the top of my head, kind of. Not really, since it was a while ago, but yeah. The opponent Sample Sounds is facing is Kusta, and he is most likely going to stall since he has all these fat, bulky Pokemon. Unless he has like offensive Clefable, Choice Specs Togekiss, Curse, Mega Aggron, a Choice Banded Hippowdon, and a Nasty Plot Baton Pass Mew or something, but I really don't think that is the case. Now, when you look at his team, Chansey is going to Thunder Wave, Toxic, Softball, Wish Pass, Seismic Toss, do a lot of annoying things. Most likely Stealth Rock with Hippowdon, Defog with Mew or Will-O-Wisp, and just to burn the physical attackers, which my or Sample's team has a lot. Well, actually the only special attacker is the Togekiss, so yeah. Then he also has a Clefable, which could be a stored power set with Cosmic Power or Calm Bomb, and then Flamethrower, Moonblast. Basically it could be a lot of things, but it's most likely going to be the Heal Belt Pokemon on the team. Then he has Mega Aggron, could be for Stealth Rock too, could be for Dragon Tail, Roar shenanigans, just to annoy the opponent. And then he has a Togekiss with Thunder Wave, Air Slash most likely. And yeah, that is just to get some damage and hacks the opponent when they're already getting stalled, and make the residual damage from sand and burns and make the paralysis even more annoying. Then, when you look at Sample's team, the Tyranitar with 76 HP EVs to live a Solar Beam from Mega Charizard Y no matter what, so just so it cannot OHKO, even if he gets max damage, and he'd need a crit to kill you. Then I have a Cloister, oh no wait, actually 76 HP EVs, maybe 100.4% max damage, but then the chance of OHKOing is like 2%, I don't know. It was something like that I would live a Solar Beam, unless there's absolutely the worst roll against me. Then the rest in speed being 184 to give it 242 speed with the Jolly nature, and then the rest in attack, just so I can outspeed Belly Jet or Azumarill, set up the Stealth Rock, or go for Stone Edge, Earthquake Crunch. Because I could go into Gorgas, but if I don't have Gorgas anymore, I'd still be in trouble, and it could still fade to a Play Rough from a +6 huge power Azumarill. Now, the Cloister is Icicle Plate with Smell Sash, Shell Smash, not Smell Sash, that is like a Focus Sash being held by a Poison type, I don't know. And then the Rock Blast, Icicle Spear, and Ice Shard, because the Icicle Plate basically gives it really strong stab moves, and Ice is just a really good move to have on a setup sweeper. And then the Life Orb Adamant Excadrill with 135 base attack, it reaches 405 attack with the Life Orb on top of that, and the Sand Rush boost to outspeed everything. Smooth Rock Tyranitar gives it 8 turns of sand to do its work. With Iron Head, Rock Slide, Earthquake. Instead of Swords Dance, I put Rapid Spin in this one because Cloister kind of needs it, so you can pretend your Focus Sash and just set up. Then Mega Mawile with Ice Punch instead of Swords Dance, and the standard things being Iron Head, Play Rough, Sucker Punch. And then Togekiss. Oh yeah, Mawile also has 228 speed EVs, I believe, and a Jolly nature, so it hits 212. for Rotom that are 210 speed, or Pokemon that speed creep the Rotom Wash, just so I can outspeed it and get a really nice big hit off before I get hit by the Will-O-Wisp. Then I have Togekiss with Air Slash, Thunder Wave, Roost, and Fire Blast, I believe. Or did it have Defog? I don't think it had Defog because I replaced it later. And it didn't need Aura Sphere either, so yeah, I believe it had Fire Blast for Scizor. And yeah, I changed the last move slot up a couple of times. Then Gargeist, or Gourgeist Super, which has Leech Seed, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Sneak as substitute as the standard set to go along with Togekiss. Even though they are both weak to Ice, I have 4 other Pokemon to take it, or Sample has 4 other Pokemon to take it in this case. And now let's just get into the battle. I want to say my opponent, but Sample's opponent is going to lead off with Hippowdon, as he leads off with his Gargeist, gets off a Will-O-Wisp, as the opponent goes for the Stealth Rock with Hippowdon, so I was actually correct about which Pokemon would be the Stealth Rocker, yay for me. Then he's going to go for a Leech Seed, as the opponent switches into Chansey. Chansey can actually not touch Gargeist unless it has speed EVs and outspeeds it before it goes for Substitute and then goes for Toxic, but it doesn't, because Chansey is slow as shit. He should have ran Blissey, man. Really. Should have. But Chansey's gonna go for a Soft Boil, as Sample gets off a Will-O-Wisp for the nice residual damage with the Burn, the Sand, and a Leech Seed. Leech Seed heals Gargeist to a really comfortable amount of HP. The opponent is gonna switch out because the Sand and such is racking up and he has Natural Cure on Blissey. Then the opponent goes into his Clefable, but Iron Head would destroy that thing, so Sample's gonna get off a Rapid Spin, predicting they switch to the Mew, or just to another Pokemon. Even Hippowdon could have been a switch in. And the Mew is gonna go for a Will-O-Wisp, as Sample decides to go into Tyranitar to get up the Stealth Rock. Goes for a Stone Edge, but it misses. The Clefable gets off a Moonblast, does about 40%. He goes for another Stone Edge, but it doesn't do anything because he's burned. Now, Tyranitar is gonna go down. I was like, why would you sack your Sand Setter? But the opponent has a Hippowdon too, so Excadrill is still fine, and the opponent's team is really slow. And Excadrill cannot get paralyzed by Togekiss, so it will be fine. It will outspeed anything regardless. And he goes for 2 Iron Heads, which knock out the Mew. Then he goes for an Earthquake, gets a critical hit on the Aggron as a Dragon Tails him out to Togekiss. But the critical hit did not really matter, because here Togekiss can take it out with Fire Blast, and it would have done about 50%, and the Fire Blast should have done 45%. He could have still flinched with Air Slash. Only difference would have been that he would have gotten more damage on Togekiss from an Iron Head, maybe. Had Togekiss fainted, he would have been in a good position to go for the Mega Evolution with Mawile. But here, both Togekiss paralyze each other. The opponent's Togekiss is a bit faster. And then he goes for a Defog, predicting to switch into a different Pokemon like Excadrill. Excadrill goes for Iron Head. The crit on the Chansey, I'm pretty sure, did not matter. Then the Hippowdon comes in, he goes for an Iron Head just to get some damage off on the Pokemon he needs to get damage on, as he still has Mega Mawile for the remaining 2 Pokemon that are both weak to Iron Stab. Then he goes for an Icicle Spear straight off the bat, maybe fearing the Stone Edge or Whirlwind, as he does not want to set up in such a situation. And even as the opponent switched, it would put him in a good spot to go for Icicle Spears. And he could have just taken out this Clefable with Icicle Spear, so I'm not sure what he was doing in this situation. Like, yeah, this allows the Clefable to get off a Heal Bell and Soft Boiled, both of them supporting the opponent's team and putting him in a better spot because Togekiss is no longer paralyzed. And if it was actually max speed because it outsped Sample's Togekiss when they were both paralyzed, maybe it was speed type, but if Togekiss was max speed, it would outspeed the Cloyster 2 and take it out with an Air Slash. And it would put Sample in a really bad spot, maybe he would even have lost. And then the opponent also lost the burden thanks to the Heal Bell, but here, he's just sacking his Togekiss, getting a lot of Moonblast hits and special attack drops on him, as he most likely does not even want to go for Thunder Wave anymore, just wants to get damage on this Clefable, since Clefable cannot go for Soft Bolt and kill in the same turn, or make the Togekiss faint in the same turn. Then he just goes to Mawile, just to get a free Iron Head off on the Clefable. Since he is max speed, or almost max speed, he outspeeds the Clefable easily. Togekiss apparently thought it would outspeed the Marwal and flinch it, but Marwal ran Speed EV, so now the opponent is going to forfeit, as Hippowdon would get stalled out by Gargeist even if it defeated the Marwal, and then Icicle Spear from Cloyster would have destroyed it regardless. So yeah, Sample almost hit 1400 with the amount of points he got from this battle. He gained 20. He's at 1391, and I'm rooting for him to get to 1400, but he had to go to work after this battle, so it was like, go ahead and guest narrate this. I was like, okay, why not? And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this guest narration by me, TripleFinish, yay. If you liked it, I suppose my channel link will be somewhere in the description. I'll see you guys on my channel, or maybe in another guest narration for sample sounds in another video. Goodbye.